Someone told me to do Doritos. Well, how many of you guys are eating this right now? See, this is why they always come out with these new flavors, to entice you guys to buy this, y'all. Like, this is what you're getting yourselves into. Prepare yourselves. Oh my goodness.
Y'all, there's no way that's real. Okay, fam, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another reaction. This is Segovia, coming to you live from the man cave. Hope everyone out there is having a good day. I'm ready to get into this one, y'all. We got a good one today. Y'all been showing so much love. I'm having fun doing these reactions. I got a nice hot cup of coffee right here, just boiling, ready to get sipped on during this reaction. Who's better than me, huh? Who's better than the Cave fam? But hey, you know my slogan. I ain't gonna sit here and talk you guys' ears off. I know what you guys came here for. Enough with the chit chat. Let's get into the reaction. Oh yeah, enjoy the show.
So Crumbl Cookie just came out with their new brownie sundae. Look at these stats. 110 grams of sugar. 40 grams of saturated fat. 140 grams of carbs. And only 15 grams of protein. This is a speed run to obesity.
Let's pause it real quick. Is it just one brownie? That's 125 grams, which isn't that much. 70 grams of fat. 140 grams. If you're doing a high carb, low fat diet, that is over the amount of fat you want to get. And that's about more than half of the carbs you want to get. Now, if it was 140 grams of carbs and 70 grams of protein, maybe that's still a little too high in carbs. That's crazy, y'all.
And death. This is where we're at as a society in America. This is not helping the problem. And what's really sad is millions of people are going to eat this and buy it
as breakfast.
They just sleep. Super sad to watch, but this is America.
There is a belief out there.
Okay, why are we
that the head of the power pyramid of intelligence agencies is NASA. Because if you think about this, it's the one thing that everybody wants to work together on. Like, we're possibly we're having this weird kind of nuclear standoff with Russians, but somehow, some way, we're all working on a space station together. That and Antarctica are the two things where everyone like puts their differences aside. We're like, let's all work together. And it's like, there is this real belief that the head of the snake of the intelligence agencies, which is like Mossad, CIA, MI6, is NASA space station, is the NASA organization.
This is why you don't ever want to touch the receipts on thermal paper. These thermal paper receipts contain BPA and BPS. So these are endocrine disrupting chemicals that can actually be absorbed through your skin. So just touching one at a grocery store every once in a while isn't the end of the world, but I would like to avoid as many endocrine disruptors in my life, thank you, as I can. So I either don't get the receipt, or I'm just going to use my handy dandy wool shirt here to put the receipt in the trash and not touch it. So if you are touching a lot of receipts or in your daily life, don't touch the thermal paper receipts, and you will decrease your exposure to BPA and BPS, endocrine disrupting chemicals that can be messing up your hormones. Don't touch them.
It's getting a little ridiculous, y'all. I put that on here because now you can't touch the damn receipts. Live your life, you know. Try to eat clean. Yeah, some of the meat's processed. Some of the, eating a sausage, it's processed. I see fat, carbs, protein. That's what I look at. Of course, some of the ingredients, but at the end of the day, fat, carbs, protein. This guy's just, it's getting a little ridiculous out there. Don't touch the receipts.
They have a theory that for the past 150 to 200 years, they've been going all across the country and all across the world.
Need to fix this webcam.
Destroying ancient structures, even in America. And they use these rivers to get rid of the evidence. Everything we've been taught in school is a lie. And that's why they need to come out here and destroy everything. They can't have you knowing your true history. Look at that, it's just all concrete. And look at that I can't remember. It's the aggregate. Aggregate.
That's an interesting
That
theory.
thing's huge.
All those river
We
rocks.
don't
And
make cement like that.
How does one get possessed?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. The two biggest ways are dabbling in the occult,
What does that mean?
playing with demonic things, Ouija boards, going to a psychic, tarot cards, or actual occult worship of the devil. Those are pretty much immediate open doors that you're going to have demons come right in.
Psychics are demonic.
They're not channeling your dead relatives. Well, the psychic told me my mother shared this with me when I was 10, and nobody ever knew that but us. So it has to be my mom, except for the demons in the room, who also heard it. And now they're impersonating your mother.
Wow.
They can put up a good show. They can also place thoughts in our minds, and they can manipulate our emotions. And when you have that trifecta, the person is 100% believes it's their mother.
What? Man, listen. Man, what
Turkey
the fuck
season.
are they feeding us? I know one of you smart motherfuckers gonna come down here and say, man, that's the stuff, the preservatives, and they put it in there for it to last long. Man, fuck all that, man. You believe every goddamn thing? Man, bro. What the fuck swell a goddamn chicken up this goddamn big, bro? We gotta talk about this. They killing us.
The water in East Atlanta after the biolab explosion.
So yeah, basically, as you can see, it would be a lovely day actually. It'd be a very, very lovely day. Beautiful day. In fact, look, see the sun's out there. But I think you might be able to see something out there, possibly. I don't know, maybe it's a bit difficult for you to see, but.
So by now, I think we've all heard of the Mandela effect, that the evil queen never said, "Mirror, mirror on the wall." Well, I have this printed copy from, let's see, 1986. And it's not just like, it's the whole book. It's not just something that I, came up with myself. And right here it says, each morning the proud queen stood before her magic mirror and demanded, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all? You, O queen." I'm telling you right now, they're trying to mess with our memories, and it's not cool. 1986, baby.
That is crazy. Look at that. The aluminum is gone, and there's like a plastic inside the can. This is a great illustration of the plastic inside of a can. Oh, that's gross. It's literally like a condom inside the can. That's crazy. Did you know that when you drink a soda, when you drink a sparkling water that's in a can, anything
Not
you
my
are drinking that's
sparklings.
in a can, it has all of that plastic lining the can to prevent what's in the can from reacting with the aluminum. Microplastics are a big deal. They've been found in human testicles, human ovaries. They're probably endocrine disrupting. Forever chemicals are endocrine disrupting. They're hormone disrupting. They're in that plastic, touching everything you drink out of a can or a box that is also lined with plastic, and you are drinking that, and that is a major contributor to microplastics in your diet, to forever chemicals, and to hormone disrupting chemicals. There are simple solutions. Getting cans out of your diet because of all this plastic will significantly improve your health. Yes, sir.
these crazy guys. That's crazy.
Oh! Just use your hands and feet, boys. Hands and feet. Yeah, this will be nice if there's like breaks in between the craziness.
If it wasn't disgusting water, that would be fun, right? Kind of like Salt River tubing out in Arizona, but in a tunnel.
Quick thought. Did you know that everybody that eats pizza, cheeseburgers, milk and cookies, and grilled cheese sandwiches and stuff like that is really morphine heads? Let me explain. Every time you eat bread with the gluten in it, it's a chemical in it called glycine in the gluten. There's a chemical in the dairy called casein. These two chemicals together creates morphine. That's why everybody who eats that certain way, they always feel tired and they feel good afterwards. Always. It's a drug. The chemicals that's in the bread, in the milk, in the dairy combined creates the morphine. That's why pizza, milk and cookies, grilled cheese sandwiches is really a horrible combination. Be mindful of the chemicals and the things you put into your body, because they do combine, they create something else. Okay? Be mindful.
It is true though, because It's a drug. It's a drug. I deal with it. I love hot Cheetos. I've been eating them since I was a little kid. They came out with these extra flaming hot Cheetos that taste like the hot Cheetos back in the 90s. Delicious, right? But I crave them. I eat them. I'm satisfied while I'm eating them. 5 minutes later, feel like crap, regret it. Like, damn, you got me again, mind. You got me again.
That is the boat. Let's bring it to Dead Stop.
I saw another whale had washed up. It's becoming a pattern. Is it the windmills? Is it the pounding of the seafloor? How many whales is it going to take?
There aren't many places where the North Atlantic right whale can go. It's destined to extinction.
It sounds like they're like it's on pile driving.
Non-stop.
What the
Can you imagine?
States is looking at is thousands of wind turbines in an area that our whales, our dolphins, our marine life, where they live, where they migrate, where they breed. It's only when they started going into the wind lease areas that we believe that the whales are dying.
So those red dots are whale deaths.
Precisely.
What a scandal.
The very oldest biblical texts that we have are these tiny little silver amulets called the Ketif Hinnom amulets. They contain text on them written in Hebrew of a priestly blessing that appears in the biblical book of Numbers, chapter 23. And these date to the 6th century BCE.
What are they made of?
Silver. So somebody had written out this little blessing on these little amulets, probably rolled them up, carried them, maybe on a necklace or put them in a pocket as like a charm to protect someone from
what
evil.
Language?
Hebrew. The old Hebrew, like the actual Hebrew. And what happened was the city of Jerusalem was destroyed by Nebuchadnezzar II in 586 or 587 BC. And he took people who lived in Jerusalem and shipped them all back to Babylon.
Right.
Aramaic was the lingua franca of Babylon. That's the language that they spoke in and that they wrote. It's very closely related to Hebrew. They have the same letters, they just look different. So what happened was the people who left Jerusalem and went to Babylon started collecting their Hebrew texts in this new script, which is why it looks like this. But the Ketif Hinnom amulets are written on this old form of what we know as actual Hebrew.
If China owns 800 billion of US debt, which they do, then of course the United States, as the borrower, has to pay interest, which means that you and I and everybody else gets to pay taxes every year that go to Washington, where they don't fund our roads or schools or hospitals.
Nope.
It's money that the United States government collects and sends to Beijing to pay interest on the debt, and the Chinese use to develop the Red Army. Do you understand? All of this has to happen beneath the surface, because if Americans understood what I just said, they would realize that beneath all the reality is the opposite. That's the reality of the economic of capitalism.
This is the evolution of Shania Twain from 2000 to 2024, the present, and you are not going to believe what she looks like now. It looks like she's swapped out for a completely different person. She's looking like 22 again, although she's 59. She's almost 60 years old.
Damn.
As you can see,
Getting old, y'all.
Here,
We're getting old.
These few years, she's looking like she's aging appropriately. Everything's looking fine. And at some point, it looks like she just gets swapped out with another person. As you can see here, going into 2010, 2011, starting to look older, starting to look
wrinkles,
middle-aged. And
still
now at this
good
point,
looking.
as a record label, maybe her, money is hurting from concerts. So they're like, you need a new look. Maybe we need to swap you out with a clone. Maybe we need to give you a new look. I don't know which one it is, guys. You guys, you let me know what you think, because she's looking older,
plastic,
progressively older, looking like a grandma. And then suddenly, here we go, guys. In just a second, she's going to completely transform and be 22 again. Like this person right here, 59-year-old, suddenly goes to this. This was interesting, part of the transformation. But then this, where does this come from? And that, 2024.
Yeah,
Can you
crazy.
explain? how she's suddenly 22 years old again, guys? Like, what are these people taking? And make sure and watch my other videos.
Have you looked into the Playboy Mansion and Hugh Hefner? The Playboy Mansion has blueprints showing that he had tunnels built back in the 70s. Now, these tunnels were used for celebrities to gain access to the mansion and whatnot, but I'm like, the mansion's pretty secluded and heavily guarded already. What do you need tunnels for? Hugh Hefner, he was no angel himself. He had this thing every Thursday night called Pig Night. This is a real thing. It's documented. So he had these pimps from Sunset Boulevard, brought all the up to the mansion, and he was like, hey, you know, how many pigs you got tonight? He called the women pigs, right? And then I get a tweet and somebody said, hey, I know somebody who actually used to drive the carts underground in the Playboy Mansion. It don't only connect allegedly to Diddy's house, but it goes to other celebrities' houses too. The craziest story is that before he died, he had a stipulation when he was selling the Playboy Mansion that he had to live there as you were living there, and he wanted to die there. So you want to be there until the day you die. Are you trying to hide something? Are you trying to make sure they don't see the tunnel?
This guy just got a video of a real demon right behind Kamala talking on live TV. And stay put to hear why I and my family are stalking up.
Look at the woman right here next to Kamala. Watch her eyes. Here it comes. Oh
what?
My God.
And it's way creepier than just that, because she smiles as and right when she does it because she knows we can see. Look how she starts to smile. That's creepy. And besides the demons I've been showing you manifest, that's nothing compared to what's coming, I fear. So Trump just had 50 to 70,000 people in New York at Madison Square Gardens. Obviously, he has a lot of support, right? But we also know we'll be waiting in excess of 13 to 14 days for things to come back. Read what's behind me right now. You reading it? Like I said, I could be wrong, and I'm not trying to scare no one, but I'm letting you know that me and my family will be preparing and getting what we need for the next 2 weeks on November 1st. Because of the rhetoric of the mainstream media and all the demonic manifestation and the waiting and everything happened, we will literally be staying away from civilization through the 4th through the 7th. I don't know. If y'all do get what you need on the 1st and nothing happens, then good, you have what you need. But if you don't, you might find yourself in a dangerous situation when you go to get what you need. Last thing, don't fall for it.
Ain't nothing gonna happen. Are you guys excited? I'm looking forward to just chilling, watching the election, and I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older. Yeah, we know nobody control whatever, but still, it's gonna be fun to see, you know, the swing states, Arizona, New Mexico, Vegas, or Nevada. It's gonna be fun to see, and I want to see if, you know, New York or Chicago. I don't think California is ever going to change, but I'm anxious to see New York or Chicago if they get like a big state that's blue, you know, will switch, you know, to red because of the craziness that's been happening over there. So it's going to be fun, y'all. It's going to be fun. I might have to pop me a little non-alcohol brewski on that night.
Okay, so I'm at my grandparents' house. We're going through like an old trunk of theirs. Look at this receipt. Eggs. 76 cents.
Oof, the good old days.
98 cents. Coke, $2.88 for a 6-pack. Soup, 58 cents.
Maruchan.
Like, some of this stuff is crazy to see the
dog bun,
difference.
78 cents.
You guys. White bread, 78 cents. Hot dog bun, 78 cents. Ragu sauce, $1.34. This was in 2005. Guys, oh my God.
Mama! Could you imagine this? So helpless. Nothing you can do. That's a UFO. Dude just walking like nothing.
Qué raro.
estoy mintiendo.
Yeah, that stuff happens in Mexico. There's crazy things that happens out there.
Hey, ya cálmate.
Tu way. You cálmate.
So there's the burnt ballot box.
Already started.
Question. You look up on that light pole about halfway. That's a camera. There's cameras around here. I'm sure that somebody had to have seen something. This is bullshit.
When you watch the birthday scene, all Andy's birthday party
are Andy.
They're all Andy.
Yeah.
The
But shortcuts, but no one caught that until we're all adults.
Did you guys catch
That's what I was going to say. You know, as a kid, we're not watching Andy. We're
No.
watching the toys. I'm wondering how many of our parents that watched that movie realized that all the kids were the same.
I guarantee you none of our parents realized that.
I didn't catch it.
These guys bought a 200-year-old Victorian flat and found a hidden door under the stairs.
Make noises. And then you look through the hole.
Yeah, no thanks. I'm out. For sale instantly.
The door leads to a secret room, but what's even more creepy are the tunnels they found that seem to be endless. Strangely, there was no mention of any of this from the previous owner or on the deed. Here's the rest of the clip.
Goes up to the road.
Those roots. Crazy stuff underneath us.
I'm not going to be able to sleep.
The Earth was said to be completely covered in ocean, and now most of the Earth's water is actually frozen inside the mantle. Did you know that? There's more water on Earth inside the Earth than there is in all the oceans combined.
I knew that. I didn't know it was frozen.
Some of it is. It's frozen inside rocks, I believe, inside the minerals of the non-liquid part of the mantle, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so here we go. 400 miles under our feet, several oceans worth. Yeah, Earth has a vast interior ocean, 400 miles under our feet, that creates ringwoodite gems.
I see this stuff and it's like, I bet that's probably true, but like, how much do we really know?
That's true. Look at this. These floods are hitting everywhere, y'all. Like the movie 2012. What's been happening?
Someone told me to do Doritos. Well, how many of you guys are eating this right now? See, this is why they always come out with these new flavors, to entice you guys to buy this, y'all. Like, this is what you're getting yourselves into. Prepare yourselves. Oh my goodness.
Y'all, there's no way that's real. Is it real? There is no way. That is disgusting. I think I need to buy a microscope, test this so I can see it, so I can stop eating these damn Cheetos. They're my weakness, y'all. I don't know what it is. No discipline when it comes to Cheetos, and I get that mindset, you need to get some, it's happening. It's happening. But this is disgusting. Is this legit? Do you guys know? Let me know down below. Is this real? Because he's posted a couple of these.
Oh my goodness. Bro,
Is Juice, is he trolling?
Even deeper into this, y'all see
He's got a little
this?
smirk on his face you guys can't see.
Even the bugs have like metals in them, y'all.
Oh man, that
Those
coffee's hitting today.
transparent, translucent bugs, they got metals in them, the dark things. You can't even see them on the chip unless it's magnified. Are you kidding me? That's invasive. That is extremely invasive. And for them to give us this, y'all, oh my goodness.
There's no way. Maybe
Did y'all know as in 2012, the USDA does not mandate what ingredients go into food and drinks? Did y'all know that? But look at them little things, y'all. That is so creepy. So yeah, how many of you guys are eating this right? Y'all got them in your dishes right now just staring at this. Oh my goodness, y'all. That just gives me the chills. So if you love Doritos or any kind of snacks, this is what you're getting yourself into. But let me know what you guys think about this video. Let's continue to get this shift, y'all. Peace out.
So some Doritos with Valentina sauce. Oh my god. But you think maybe it was that liquid? Maybe he was dropping the bugs on it? I don't know. I just don't want to believe it. I got the bug man. Speaking of that, I got the bug man that's going to come spray. Just text me.
Oh,
ain't that crazy?
I was snowboarding.
What time is he coming?
And I fell into a fucking huge crevasse. I'm extremely lucky to be completely uninjured, despite falling a good 40 feet into this fucking thing. Basically landed on the highest part. The luckiest part that I could have landed on, I would say. Yeah. I just heard my guide, so I'm assuming that at some point I'm going to be able to get out of here. I think, well, this is pretty unreal. I can't believe I'm in one of these. However, crevasse rescue works, I'm about to find out. I don't even want to know what's down there. Looks deep. I'm absolutely amazed. I'm completely uninjured after falling like that far. I basically only have a bruised elbow, and that's it.
NBC is catching criticism after they tried to hide Nick Bosa, the 49ers star, wearing a Make America Great Again hat after winning on Sunday. He went to the broadcast while they were interviewing Brock Purdy. He flashed his MAGA hat. He's a big Trump guy. The Bosas love Donald Trump just like millions of other Americans. NBC then went to Twitter and deceptively edited the video so people would not know this had happened. Then they deleted the video, then they reposted the video, then they deleted it again, and then finally they shared the full video. This right here is why people don't trust the media. He's simply wearing a hat showing support for Donald Trump, and NBC went online and cut it so people would not know that Nick Bosa liked Trump. It's absolutely shameful, and this right here is a golden example of why many in the media are absolute scum and why the American public, for good reason, does not trust them.
And this right here is why you need to clean your washing machine. The crazy thing is the filter was clean on this washer, so I didn't think it would be too bad. But when I put the cleaner in and put it on self-clean, it was a 4-hour cycle, and this is in the last hour. So imagine thinking your clothes were clean getting washed in this.
Fasting is very beneficial. You look at all the ancient cultures all across the realm and they fast all the time. Fasting is very important because it allows your body to start to regenerate and repair. It gives time for the body to rest and repair and regenerate because it's not breaking down food. This is why when you go to the grocery store, there's always food there. There's always food. There's never a shortage. Why? Because when the people start to get a little hungry, their hormones, their testosterone starts to jack up, their estrogen begins to balance. Also, if they keep the people fed all the time, their blood sugar stays up, their hormones get all out of whack, and then they don't revolt. But fasting is very important for the body because it lets the body go through its natural rhythms, which the body is meant to go through. That's why a lot of people used to fast during the full moon, because you are so jacked up with full moon energy that you would do some fasting to help detox and get the body back into balance. And then you go through the moon cycles all over again and you let your body go into it. Well, fasting is very important. And it's another one which just comes to healing. Fasting and healing go hand in hand.
You get taxed on what you own, you get taxed on what you buy, and you get taxed on what you own. And it's like, okay, this is, you know, taxes, 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 and and then what does it get spent on? A bunch of the stuff it gets spent on you don't even agree with.
Yep.
So that's why we need to reduce the size of government and just spend less money and let the people keep a lot more of their hard-earned money. So.
When the Spanish first arrived in Mexico, they kept asking the native people, what is this land called? They kept saying, Yucatan. So the Spanish said, oh, this is the Yucatan Peninsula. Turns out, the native people had no idea what the Spanish were asking them, and Yucatan means, we don't understand you. In 1820, Congress was wrapping up its debates on whether or not Missouri should be admitted into the U.S. as a free state or a slave state, aka the Missouri Compromise. As they were about to go to a vote, a North Carolina congressman named Felix Walter stood up to make his point. He instead gave a long speech that made absolutely no sense to anyone else in the room. He addressed this speech to the people he represented in Buncombe, North Carolina. From then on, buncombe became a slang word for nonsense. And if someone proved that what was being said was in fact nonsense, it was being debunked.
This guy lives in the middle of the ocean. Come out. A damn fort down there. Got all that water, but still no water. Surrounded by all that water, but still have no water. Ain't that crazy? I need to fix this green screen next video, y'all. I apologize about these upper corners. Need to get a bigger green screen. I had it perfect at the other house. Now it's kind of out of whack. I gotta fix it. It bothers me. You guys don't know how much it's bothering me right now. You probably didn't even notice that little corner over there. We're our own worst critics, though, right? That's life. They're out. Later. Crazy.
Y'all better find God in this 2024 because what I'm hearing on this radio, I don't listen to music. I listen to IP radio or information radio. Check out what T-Mobile is doing. This year, T-Mobile have rolled out a tier bracket that can penalize you based off your text, bro. So T-Mobile is looking into your phone and penalizing you if you're sending hate speech texts, profanity, or criminal activity. Yes, it's true. Go look it up. Go Google it. If you have T-Mobile as a phone provider, they are looking at every text message you send, and you will be charged a penalty. If you're sending hate speech, text messages, or emails, or profanity, or criminal activity, which is understandable. Well, I mean, you're going to catch the criminals. But profanity? But first of all, just wait a minute. They're looking into my text message? Every single one of them? They've been doing that. Y'all better find God. It's gonna hit the fan. Y'all got T-Mobile?
Okay, so I just learned how the Sumerians count, and I feel like I have to share it with everybody. Okay, and how they counted was they would take their hand, two of them, right? Two hands. And this hand would be used to keep track of how many dozen we're counting. And you're like, what the? You don't have. Yeah, anyways. They would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I get it. You're probably confused. Instead of counting the way we count, we learned in school to go 1, 2,
like idiots.
3, 4, 5. They would count based off of these little notches or sections in your finger. So you have 3 per finger, and it's 12. And each time you would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that would be 1 dozen. And you'd keep going. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then you get to 24, right? 2. And then you'd keep going, and you would eventually reach 5, which is 60. And it's interesting because according to this documentary, 60 is how this method of counting is how we came up with the 60-second minute and the 60-minute hour, which we still use today. And this is like a method that was thousands of years old, and it's all based off of our hands, our fingers. I thought that was interesting.
Very interesting, my guy.
And now after like talking about it a little bit more, I'm realizing that we also have a 12-inch ruler in our imperial system, and I'm wondering if that has something to do with it too. But I don't know. Maybe someone else knows more about that than I do. Kind of weird, huh?
I look at one of my movies that I like to use the best to explain America, white America's idea of the 60s and America in the 60s, Forrest Gump. The Black Panthers have a very, very short part in that, right? Mm-hmm. You know, Jenny, she sees Forrest after he comes back from Vietnam at the reflecting pool. She is going to a Black Panther party. And then, of course, one of those peace guys is actually the guy that beats her. Forrest punches him. They get thrown out. And the first thing he says is, sorry, I ruined your Black Panther party. But are they portrayed as welcoming or like progressive? No, they're shown as militant and scary. There's a whole idea that Forrest is American values, is the American male, and that the 60s and Jenny represents the betrayal of the social justice movement.
Well, what's Lieutenant Dan?
Lieutenant Dan is the destruction of the classic military. Every one of his from the Revolutionary, Civil War, World War I, World War II.
And he's been castrated.
And he gets castrated. The idea that the American military of old, of World War II, of when we were the good guys, when we won, is castrated and gone. It's still there, but it is a fraction or a handicapped version.
And Bubba Gump starts, but Bubba dies, and his family gets wealthy because of Gump, who takes this idea that Bubba had.
So Bubba has this shrimp, this shrimp idea. Forrest takes it over and makes it successful white saviorism. But also think about this: Forrest, who teaches Elvis how to dance? Forrest does, yeah. But when in reality, that's all Elvis, got all of that from the African, from black people.
Right.
Also, another example of that in movies is in Back to the Future when he plays Johnny B. Good.
Yeah.
He Marvin
Chuck
Berry is his cousin. He says, "You got to listen to this," meaning that in that universe, rock and roll and the modern sound of rock and roll is actually a white creation.
Well, the other thing that's fucked up about Forrest Gump is that you have Forrest, and he's named after this guy who started the Ku Klux Klan, Nathan Bedford Forrest. There's all sorts of fucked up in that movie.
It is really fucked up.
Hi guys, so I really did not want to make my TikTok about this, but it has gotten out of hand what we're dealing with here in the South San Diego area with the Tijuana River Valley sewage that we have been inhaling every night, causing some pretty bad side effects, but I have to show you guys how bad it is. Check this out. So check out my copper plumbing. Well, I should say it used to be copper.
I don't look good.
If you could see, it has now turned black and blue, which means it has oxidized from the nasty, raw, toxic sulfur air that we've been breathing in every single night. So you can imagine if it's doing this to our plumbing, like what is it doing to our bodies? And this would explain why my fire alarms have been going off every single night. And check out this brand new plumbing that I literally just had installed about 1 month ago for my washer and dryer. Was once copper and now it has oxidized, and this is inside my garage. So I don't know what needs to be done, but we need a state of emergency like now.
All right, family, there you have today's reaction. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope everyone has a good day. I still got so much time in the day. I feel good getting these done early in the morning instead of waiting till 12 o'clock and getting it uploaded by 3. I just got to edit, then I'll be done by 8:30. I'll be done before the bug man comes. Got some things to do. New shower head. Try to go run the mountain. My new shoes should arrive tomorrow. Got some Ultra Olympus 5s. Can't wait. I love running on Ultras. Anything else going on? Anything? That's it, y'all. Try to track my calories today. That's the goal. The goal today, track calories, run the mountain, get a video up. Those are my 3 big goals. What are y'all goals? Let me know down below. You guys set goals and try to get them done every day? I suggest you do, because if you hit all your goals, it's impossible to have a bad day. But anyways, y'all, this is Segovia. I'm signing out of the man cave. You know when I'm gonna see you tomorrow, hopefully with another cup of coffee and getting things done early. I love you guys. You guys are great to me. Hope you guys have been enjoying this content. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. Later.